everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nokuthula.runqe. If this is your first time tuning in on this channel, welcome. Thank you very much for stopping by. Please do subscribe so that you can get a notification every time we upload a video. To my new subscribers, thank you very much, guys. I see you. To my old subscribers, you have been so amazing thus so far, and I really appreciate you. So about today's video, it's about my own experience, and I hope that you are going to get encouraged. You're gonna get motivated by my experience in academics and in having dreams, not being fulfilled, and having dreams being fulfilled. So yeah, please do tune in. So when I was doing grade 7, my class teacher said that as you grow up, you are like a pyramid, and the more you grow up, or the higher you go in higher grades, the less you're gonna become. There are only few that are going to make it at the top. And I was like, I am just not one of those who are going to drop out along the way. I'm just not one of those who's just gonna not make it to the top. I am the girl that will be in the top. Yeah, so again, when I was doing grade 12 for the second time, usually in high schools, when students are heading to trials, they have career expo, they have people from the tertiary coming to represent the institution to the students. And one of the ladies said, not all of you will qualify to get in the university, and that is the reality, that not all of you will get you will enroll in the university. And I was like, I am definitely not one of those people that are not going to enroll. And so yeah, I did matric twice, because the first time I did matric, I was not serious. I had my mind occupied by other things that were not productive, other things that made me to be nje. So even when I failed by my grade 12, my first grade 12, I was not just embarrassed or disappointed. I was like, you know what, girl, you didn't give it your all. But it was quick for me to get up from that downfall, because I've always had that, as I've mentioned that I've always seen myself in higher places. I have always seen myself as an educated black sister, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be one of those people without matric given a chance and just throw away that chance. So it was really easy for me. That motivated me. You know what? It was so easy. I went back to school, and the second time I was doing grade 12, I went full time. I wore a uniform again, and this time I was so intentional. I lost a lot of friends during that, and I was okay with it, because you know what, I wanted to make this goal possible for me, and I knew that I cannot spend time more like I used to do with my friends. And in previous year I had study mates, and I was like, in this year I don't want any study mates, I want to do this on my own. So along the year I had some other groups, and I was like, you know what, I really want to shine on my goals. I want, when I pass this grade 12, I won't say, it's because I was with other people. And don't get me, it's okay to have study groups, but this was my own achievement. This was my own goal. So I passed grade 12, and a girl was a girl on a grade 12, and reality came. Reality came in, because now I could not qualify to get in the university because of my points were very low, and I could not go to the FET colleges, because at that time, in order for you to enroll in the university, to the FET college, you needed a registration fee upfront. And now that was an issue because a girl didn't have any financial backup, and now the financial issue was something that were holding my dreams. As much as I didn't qualify for the university, but I had that hope, at least tertiary is tertiary. So yeah, I on that year, I think it was my first time as a young adult to experience what I can call is a mental breakdown, because for me it felt like a setback, because the first time I did matric, I failed and I picked myself up. It was easy. I went to school again. Now I have matric, and you know guys that our parents will, or the society will say that at least when you have matric, at least there are more chances for you to get employed, more chances for you, to have to further your education. And here I was with no job, because I was officially unemployed, with no job and without any furthering of school, and that hit me hard. And I remember it's one of those years where I spent most of the nights crying. And kudibana nento zingadibani. Because I was so miserable. I could not understand. I was like, why ndingakwazi ukungena into the college? I mean, like, I want to, and I can't because of the financial issues. And by God's grace, the following year, now learners were being allowed to enroll in the FET colleges without paying the registration fee upfront. So on that following year, I did apply, and I was doing marketing management. It was fine, I was so happy, even though deep inside in my heart, I knew, what, I don't want FET college. I want to be in the university, because that was the achievement that I wanted for myself. That was a goal that I wanted myself, that I want a university, because I come from a background where educated people are very few, and I wanted to break that cycle. I wanted to be the first. I'm not the first graduate, because my mother's twin was a graduate, and so I wanted to be a graduate, and I wanted to set an example for my siblings and my other cousins. And I wanted to do it, most importantly, for myself, because that's how I always perceived my life, to be a graduate. Nobody in Zendoni, whatever career it was going to be, but as long as that I have the flat, and I have the whole graduation attire. So I did enroll, and it was fun to be at the college, being in the tertiary, tertiary, lab, library, going home early, and just wearing clothes, eskolweni. So it was really, really fun. And for those who know that when you are at the FET college, in order to have a complete diploma, you first do the theory part, which is 18 months, and then your other 18 months is going to be an internship. So as we were wrapping up with the theory part, we were so excited with my friends at college, because now we were approaching the real world, the employment world. So now we wrote our final exams, and we were already applying for internships. So when the results came back, I asked my friend, because I already got an internship, but they were still waiting for my results to actually, sign a contract for me. And when I got the results, my friend was already at school, and I asked her to check for me, and he was like, dude, you failed. And I was like, I failed? It doesn't make sense. It's not make sure I register. So I went to school, I checked it out, and I was like, I failed. And I was so sad because that was one of my favorite modules that I failed, and I couldn't understand. And so I knew right then that that was a divine delay, because that was the first thing that came into my mind, that this is a divine delay. It was so painful, and I was like, God, this is so painful. I don't know where you're taking me. I don't know why you are delaying me with such pain. And there's no way where I could say that I'm accepting this, because seemingly another choice up, because I've already failed it. So when I tried to apply for a supplement for that module, I was told to come the other week. When I came the other week, I was told that I was late because they already closed the date for registration of supplement. And I was like, okay, I was okay with the delay because I was just going to wait for 6 months and then it's fine. But now I need to wait for an entire year to actually get a date, because even if I come after 6 months, I would not be able to register for the supplement. So when I got back to the place that I was already working at, they said, we can't take you without you having a complete N6 for the marketing management. So we suggest that you go back to school. Obviously, I'm not gonna attend the one module, so I'm just gonna self-study and then go and write it. It was the most difficult part of my life, because remember, we were already excited with my friends. We were all excited that, you know what, we are going to and at that time, all of my friends got the internships. They were working, money was getting in, and that was so painful. I was happy for them, but that was so painful because now I'm asking myself, what am I supposed to do with myself? What am I supposed to do? Because right now I don't have any idea of whom I am becoming, because as a little girl, I wanted to go to university. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to finish my grade 12. I finished my grade 12. I went to the college. I did all my best to study, and I got this divine delay, and yet I have nothing to do. At that time, I was never business minded. Having a business was never ever something that crossed my mind, because I was just fixed in being employed and having a salary and bettering Ikayalam. And now I'm one of the people that are in the statistics of unemployed young people in South Africa. How come? It was so frustrating. I was mad at God, because I was like, at least, okay, you say that this is a divine delay. At least give me some memo where to go. And from that, I did write. Eventually, I did write the supplementary. I passed it, obviously, because that was one of my favorite modules. I passed it, and then I began to apply for the internship. That was the real struggle, because now my classmates already finished, or they were already close in finishing their diploma, and here I was applying, and they were very supportive. They would say, Tuli, go and drop your CV and sometimes I could be called for an interview, and they'll say, you know what, we'll get back to you, and the interview, we regret to inform you. So I went through that for about 2 years, 2 full years. And on the second year, I was like, God, I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry, I can't do this. I know that you are God that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that I can imagine. And if you wanted me to have this, you could have, because Goku, my worst fear was that that was my worst fear. For me, it seemed as if I was failing myself if even though I have done everything that was in my power to equip myself to find for umsebenzi, because at this point I was not only looking for the job we marketing or anything that is marketing related. I was just looking for anything that I can do. I would go to retail shops, and I was like, you know what, God, starting from today, I am no longer going to apply for a job. And I stopped. And then I think that's where I began to spend more time with God. That's when my relationship with God grew. And up until I was okay in not having a job, I was okay in not being employed. As much as I don't want to say that it was not painful. Yes, I was okay, but it was painful because I felt like I know that I'm being delayed, but I really felt delayed, and I felt like there's no progress in life. Because you can imagine, I wake up each and every day, do the house chores, go to church late, diabuya, it's the same thing over and over and over again. If the people say that I would go and do apply, but do to get employment. So to fast forward that, when I decided to, because when a year starts, uba motivated, you want to apply again, because your hopes are high. And I was like, okay, let me go back in applying, but this time let me just relocate. So I went to Durban, started looking for jobs. In fact, I started applying for Durban Post when I was still in Port Elizabeth. Then when I went there, I was still busy applying, but nothing came. I had a couple of interviews, but they were unsuccessful. And by this time, indoor guys, when you are used to it, I was asking because it's constant. And outside there, you don't even know what's the lesson of it anymore. So I stayed there for a couple of months, almost a year. Then I came back, and when I came back, I fully concentrated on my business, which is Toli's art, and which is the story for another day, how I discovered it. So when I was in 2019, when I came back from Durban, so one of my friends was like, come and bring your things so we can apply at the university, because the university application are now open. I was like, yo, I'll bring my stuff, because on my side, I gave up. I don't know, what am I supposed to do with my life? But I just trust God. Maybe and the dude is not communicating. He's not telling me a thing. So I said to my friend, I'll bring my stuff, but I don't have any hope. I don't even trust that the university will take my application. And remember now, I no longer had the matric only. I also had the qualification that I got from the FET college. So I went there. We first applied. I applied for myself, and there was just complication on the application. I was like, you know what, the grant. And my friend was like, no, stick around. Later on that day, she applied for me, and the application was successful. And when I say that, I already made up my mind that the school won't take me, I was cool with it. Not because I didn't want to, but because I am already used in that rejection, or I'm already used in not having my heart desires, because ngoku kwenzeka intando kaYehova, and I'm not sure of where he's taking me, and now nomdla wokubuza uba undisaphi, because I'm not happy. I'm just content, but I'm just not happy. I'm not okay with it. So I think it was 3 months later. I was not expecting it. I was in a prayer gathering when I got an SMS that says, congratulations, the Nelson Mandela University has accepted. I ran outside the house, then I came in back, and I was so overwhelmed. I was so happy, and yeah, I was so happy, but I was still not believing it. So I was so happy, and my friend applied for the bursary. The application was successful. I got funded, and then when I got to school, boom, COVID-19 happened. It was the pandemic. There was a total national shutdown, and then we were strictly on online classes. So I want to share this part, that as much as I got accepted and I did, oh yes, sorry, I want to mention this also, because on this video I also want to encourage patience and to be resilient, and to never give up on your dreams, because when I applied on the university, I was using my matric certificate, and I used my N6 from the FET college. So I don't know which qualification that made me to be accepted at the university. And because what I applied for higher certificate in business studies, and then my second option was a diploma. I'll tell you why I'll tell you the reason why I applied for the higher certificate. And I always advise this to people that are doing matric, that when you apply to the university, make sure that you have, if you're not sure if maybe you're gonna make it, because it's good to, you could have good marks, you could pass like with flying colors and still not qualify for that certain qualification that you want in the university. So what I suggest is that when you apply, make the higher certificate one of your options, so that when you don't qualify, when the results come and you don't qualify for that qualification that you want, at least they will take you for that higher certificate, and you're going to do that higher certificate for 1 year, and then after that you go straight to the actual diploma that you want. Because that's what happened when I was accepted. I was accepted in higher certificate in business studies, and that was a 1 year, and then after that application opened again, and then I applied for a diploma, and then I got accepted on that. One thing that I did not notice while I was doing higher certificate is that I had impostor syndrome. Why I'm saying that? Because during the time when I enrolled at the university, I felt like I'm not belonging. I felt like I did not deserve to be there, because for such a long time, it was almost a decade, bazalwane, without being employed, without being at school. And now that I'm accepted, it feels like a dream, and it feels like senze a mistake, so you have not been accepted in the university. And it's so sad that even when I passed with distinctions, because in my first year I really passed with flying colors, distinctions, something that I never got in high school, and but I still had that thing that, you know what, I feel like I don't belong here. As much as it was not that obvious, but now that I think of it, I really didn't believe that I belonged there. I was like, yo, at least even if they made a mistake when they accepted my application, at least I passed the modules as Alapa University. And I had to go back to my senses, and I had to go back to the young girl in me that had dreams. And I was like, girl, you achieved what your heart has been longing for. I remember when I was in Durban, I said to one of my friends, you know what, I really thought by this time I would have been a graduate, a university graduate, and here am I, just here unemployed with a qualification, and there's just no progress. And God said, Sissy, I said that was a divine delay, not denied. Your dreams, your goals were not denied. They were just delayed for the purpose. Do I know the purpose yet? I bazalana naman kayas. Naman kayas. But I'll tell you this, that out of how all things work together, I really believe. Because I did not qualify for the university, but doing the marketing management was not in vain, because together with it made me to qualify in the university. And now I'm doing my third year, majoring in financial management, and God has been good. It feels like a dream, and it is a dream come true. You know, when you have dreams, and you know, when they actually come true, they only feel back like a dream. And that's how it feels like a dream, because now I'm like, girl, can you believe it? Majoring, quick. And I'll tell you, let me just confess this. I did I chose financial management as my major because I wanted to prove a point to myself that I do not belong. I do not deserve. I actually do. And recently I just wrote a test, and my financial management test, and I passed it. And according to I passed it without having a study group, because we were so isolated for such a long time. So it's only this year that we go on face-to-face lecturers. And so I don't have any study groups, I don't have any study partner, but I solely do it for myself. And I'm so happy that learning impostor syndrome, it's so much dangerous, and into becoming who we want to be. And so like that, I'm just gonna explore, because for the past 3 years I felt like I did not belong in the university, and I did not even get into many activities that I wanted to engage with, because I was like, I just hold on in this qualification. But anything that and that's what I'm going to do. So this is to motivate that maybe you just finished your grade 12, maybe you just unemployed, you have your qualification, and like, what is the next step? I'm here to tell you that there is always something that is in the present that will contribute to your future. I was listening the other day to the podcast of Umpumi Letwaba, and I'm not sure who was the guest, but she said that follow the breadcrumbs. That imagine if I ignored those years when I did not qualify for the university, and I didn't go. I undermined the FET college qualification. I was like, I'm not gonna do this. This is not what I want. So I'm not gonna enroll in the FET college. But I did that because I had no choice, and I was like, it's better than nothing. And when I had to apply for the university, I used that that qualification. All things work together for those who love him, and follow those breadcrumbs. 2 years back, I won an entrepreneurship competition because I took a risk. I presented my business, and when I was presenting the business idea, my my presentation just went off. I was pressured to present without a PowerPoint presentation, and guess what? I won the competition. And imagine if I had the images and I won the second place, and that has been God telling me that, girl, you got it. This is the time. This is the time for you to shine. This is the time for you to embrace it. So what does it mean for those who have not yet experienced this kind of life? You have to live. I know how it is not being sorry. I know how it is not being able to live, or not knowing how to live your life, because all the things that you wish that you had, all the goals that you had, are just not happening. But I'm just here to tell you that live your life. The podcast guide is something that micromanage your I forgot this, but anyway, focus on today. Focus on today, and whatever that you do today, I promise you, it has something to do with your future. It has something to do with your goals. So if you learn to embrace it and just live. If uvuka kusasa ukline kokwenu kanye to clean your place, or you meditate or whatsoever, do whatsoever faithfully and gracefully, and when the time is right, God will make it. Jonga, how long it took for me. I felt like I was being left behind, but now that in sesikolweni andiyifili loo nto. When I was doing my first year in the university, I undermined myself because ndifunda nabantwana abancinci, but inceda ntoni nto kusalayo, I'm getting the qualification. The qualification ayizobhala uba befunda nama-2000. That is the reality, uba ndifunda nama-2000, but imfundo ayigugelwa. So I really hope that you get motivated, that be faithful, take the chances that you get. I understand if udiliwe mntasekhaya kokufaka i-CV, it's okay, hlala phantsi uphele vele uthathise. I hope this video was really helpful, and that's what I really wanted to get off my chest. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please share your experience if you have any similar experience on this, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you. Bye.